Now we had saved the best and possibly most well-known for last. The house behind me is the Prince House, the crown jewel of Heritage Park. And if you have ever heard of the haunted house at Heritage Park, this is probably what people are talking about. Now this building was built by Peter Prince, and he was a lumber baron in the Calgary area. A very wealthy businessman, which is why this beautiful house is state-of-the-art for the time. It had indoor plumbing, heating and electric lights, and wings for the servants as well as the family that was living in here. Now, the reason you may have heard of this house and its hauntedness is because it contains our other famous specter at the park, the Lady in White, who is the counterpart to our Dark Lady over at the park across the street. Now the Lady in White has been seen throughout the entire time this house has been on park, and she is described the same way. She is a woman wearing all white in 1910s clothing with a lace ruffled collar. She's often seen in the upstairs windows or on the balcony at the very top. And she's often seen rocking a small infant and trying to soothe it. No one knows who exactly she is or who the infant could be, because there were never ever any babies born in this house. By the time Peter Prince built it, all of his children were fully grown. But there is a nursery in this building that has been set up with artifacts that are real, from real people from this era. So perhaps there is some sort of imprint of an infant long past attached to one of these items that the woman has to soothe. She's often seen in the rocking chair up in the second story, or moving the curtains up on the balcony, or in the window just above the porch. Now this last story I'm going to tell you comes from one of our interpreters who would call herself a skeptic, although perhaps not after this incident. So she was inside one day. It was relatively quiet nearing the end of the day when she heard a woman's voice from the second floor. It was muffled, like it was through a door or something, so she couldn't tell what they were saying, but she assumed that perhaps curatorial had gone up there while she was in one of the back rooms and they were fixing something upstairs. So she didn't worry too much about it, until she heard a crash of something falling upstairs, and again a woman's voice, indistinct. Then she did go upstairs to check and found nothing. Nothing was out of place. All the doors were shut where they should be, and no artifacts were strewn across the floor. So she went back downstairs feeling quite unsettled, and she actually came and sat out on the porch for a while to clear her head. But eventually she felt fine, went back inside, and she was sitting on one of the chairs in the foyer reading her book. And she had been reading for a moment when the temperature of the room dropped significantly, enough that she could see her breath. And she remained fixed, looking on the book in her hands, and had the distinct feeling if she brought her eyes up to look into the parlor in front of her, there would be someone staring back. She gathered her courage, and by the time she lifted her eyes, instantly the temperature resumed to normal, and there was no one there in the parlor. But she had the distinct sense of someone watching her. Then she did go out to the porch and stayed there for the rest of her shift. Although she has gone back and worked in this building since, and she says she doesn't think it was anything malevolent or malicious, just watching. You're welcome to take a walk about, take some pictures, see if you can see anything through the upper windows, and then we'll gather just back out into the street.
Excuse me, I've never been here in the day. Can you actually go into all these places?
Yes, most of the buildings in the park you can go inside of. There are a few that are like locked and you can like kind of just look in the windows. But most of the buildings, yeah, you can go into. So this one, on a regular day, you can go into. There's some like little plaza areas that you can do some. You can go up through. You can't go up to the third. Although occasionally, you know, sometimes it's onto the third floor. Yes, I'm not sure this is the one you said.
Maybe I haven't watched it. Oh, I do remember you telling me about that like this a while ago. Yeah, we could wait until next spring, but I would rather just do it now. Yeah. That was definitely
Oh, sorry.
one from mentor perspective.